Resident Evil 5, a very eagerly anticipated game, and the sequel to what many consider to be one of the best games of all time, Resident Evil 4. Well, it's finally here, and what do people do? They bitch. They bitch and complain like little fucking pussies. I ought to beat every single one of you motherfuckers down for even saying or even thinking a bad thing about this game. I mean, it absolutely blows my mind. I mean, I don't understand what people were expecting out of this game. I mean, before any screenshot even came out for the game, the developers were saying it was going to play like Resident Evil 4. And then all the footage that came out for the game made it look like it was going to be like Resident Evil 4. And then the demo comes out, and guess what? It plays like Resident Evil 4. And nobody's bitching and complaining there. So the game finally comes out, and people bitch because it plays like Resident Evil 4. You people honestly blow my mind. I mean, what did you people expect out of this game? I mean, it actually exceeded my expectations. I mean, I've read some reviews where people even say that it's not as good as Resident Evil 4. Are you fucking out of your fucking minds? Okay, this game destroys Resident Evil 4 because people like to lie to themselves, and they like to forget the boring ass backtracking and puzzle solving that had to be done in Resident Evil 4. And Resident Evil 5 has none of that. It gets straight to the fucking nitty gritty, straight to the point, and there's no boring parts in the entire game. And people want to bitch too about how short it is, 8 to 10 hours. People, have there ever been an actual action game that's ever been longer than 8 to 10 hours that's actually still enjoyable after those 8 to 10 hours, besides something like Metal Gear Solid 4? There's really not much out there that does that. And Resident Evil 4 was like 20-some hours, maybe, averaged about maybe 18 to 20 hours. But Resident Evil 4 lost my attention quite a few times. And that was even back in 2005 when it came out. Okay, when it was fresh, it still had boring, tedious segments and stupid-ass puzzle solving that was almost made me turn the game off a few times. Resident Evil 5 has none of that. It is the perfect evolution of the series, and it goes back to the storylines from the first games, and it wraps everything up nicely. Unlike Resident Evil 4 that went off on a complete fucking tangent and didn't have hardly anything to do with any of the Resident Evil games, but people don't bitch and complain about that. Oh, Resident Evil 4 is amazing. They look past the fact that the story had hardly anything to do with Resident Evil in the first place. And then people bitch and complain about the controls in Resident Evil 5. Like they're fucking surprised. I mean, bitching about the controls in Resident Evil 5 is like bitching that Street Fighter 4 plays like a 2D fighter. Of course it fucking plays like a 2D fighter. It's Street Fighter, you dumb motherfuckers, okay? Okay, of course this fucking game has these controls, okay? Resident Evil 4 had the controls. Did you bitch when Resident Evil 4 had these controls? No. Did you play the game and enjoy it? Yes. Then why can't you people just do the same thing about this game and not bitch and moan, okay? This game has such a high degree of polish, it's unbelievable, okay? It's such an enjoyable game. People seem to forget that this game isn't Gears of fucking War, okay? If you want a fucking game like Gears of War, then go fucking play Gears of War and get the fuck out of my face before I slam my knee into it and break your face, okay? This isn't, I want to move and shoot. The game is designed around the control scheme, okay? If these enemies were like the enemies from Gears of War, then yeah, I could see why you were pissed off that you couldn't move and shoot. Okay? But they're not set up like that. They're set up like zombies. They walk up slowly to you. If you could move and shoot, the game would be too fucking easy. Okay? And if you could move and shoot, guess what people would bitch about then? They'd bitch that it plays too much like Gears of War. Okay? So there's no middle ground here. You people want Gears of War, you like Gears of War, then go fucking play that game because this isn't that type of game. Okay? And I've seen so many people like bitch and complain about how it's not scary. And, oh man, I want a scary game. Resident Evil used to be scary. People, Resident Evil hasn't fucking been scary since the Clinton administration, okay? Don't fucking look at me and tell me that any Resident Evil after like the first Resident Evil has ever been even remotely frightening. As a matter of fact, I don't think Resident Evil has ever been scary. If Resident Evil has scared you, you're a pussy, and I don't like you, okay? Don't fucking tell me I mean, Silent Hill is way fucking scarier than Resident Evil. Okay, Dead Space, way fucking scarier than Resident Evil. Hell, fucking Super Mario Brothers 3 is more fucking scary than Resident Evil. People, who are you fooling? Okay, there ain't nobody scared of these games anymore. People, maybe when the first Resident Evil first came out, it was scary, but everybody knows all the tricks of horror games now, and these games just aren't scary. So the developers know this, so they decided to go on what was liked about Resident Evil 4 the most, the action, and build upon the action and turn it into a damn fine action movie. I mean, let me ask you this. Is Dawn of the Dead a scary movie? Is the remake of Dawn of the Dead a scary movie? Is Night of the Living Dead a scary movie? Are any of these movies scary anymore? No. Okay? Are they still enjoyable? Yes. This game never said it was going to fucking scare you. And people want to act like they're so surprised. I mean, was the last Silent Hill game scary? No. Okay? God, man. It's people are like surprised about this stuff. And they want to bitch and complain when there's nothing to bitch and complain about. Enjoy the game, okay? I mean, there have been just so many games come out lately that have been below expectations and just disappointed, like Haze and Mercenaries 2 and games like that. That this game is not in that same league, people, okay? And this game, I mean, what do you people expect? I mean, what do game companies have to do to please you people? I'll tell you what, if you don't like this fucking game, send me your fucking copy, okay? I'll gladly take your copy, so you don't have to bitch anymore, so I don't have to fucking hear this shit, okay? I will fucking take care of your game and treat it way fucking better than you will. Alright, and then you can get back to your fucking bitching and complaining, and on your fucking boards, and on your, oh man, I just hate it, and go to GameFAQs and, you know, cry on somebody's shoulder, because I don't want to hear it, okay? I'm too busy having a great fucking time with Resident Evil 5 to even care. Alright? And, I mean, I just wanted to talk about Resident Evil 5, and I wanted to, you know, tell you my feelings on it. I give the game a 9 out of 10. It's a 9 out of 10. I gave the original Resident Evil probably a 7, 7.5. This game improves. It's an improvement. The co-op in it is awesome. Okay, I didn't think I would like it because I don't typically like escort missions and stuff like that, but it's done very well. I enjoyed it. Okay, just buy this game, and if you already buy it and don't like it, sell it and buy another copy of Gears of War 2, okay, because that's the only thing you're ever going to like.